आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, the lies of the Congress party about saffron terror are debunked as all the 7 accused in the Malegaon case are totally acquitted. At 9 o'clock tonight, the bitterness of being Rahul Gandhi, as he calls the world's 4th largest economy, a dead economy. Rahul Gandhi says the Indian economy is a dead economy, according to him. And ladies and gentlemen, 17 years after the Malegaon blast, a special NIA court in Mumbai has acquitted all the 7 accused, including former BJP MP Sadhvi Pragya Thakur, including the nationalist Colonel Brigadier Shrikant Purohit in the 2008 Malegaon blast case. And ladies and gentlemen, it's taken 17 years. After 17,000 headlines about saffron terrorism, after 17 lakh abuses about Hindus being terrorists, after 17 crore false allegations that Hindus carry out terrorism in India, the Congress party, which says that 26/11 was an RSS conspiracy, after all these lies of the Congress party and the determined attempts of the Congress party, the absolutely determined attempts of the Congress party to rationalize Islamist terrorism by drawing a false equivalence with a non-existent phenomenon called Hindu terrorism, that entire conspiracy behind it has been laid bare. And all those acquitted include former BJP MP Pragya Thakur, former military intelligence officer, in fact, serving military intelligence officer, Brigadier Shrikant Prasad Purohit, Major Ramesh Upadhyay, Ajay Rahirkar, Samir Kulkarni, Sudhakar Chaturvedi, and Sudhakar Dwivedi, all of whom were falsely called by Sonia Gandhi as terrorists, by Rahul Gandhi as terrorists, by Chidambaram, Sushil Kumar Shinde as terrorists. Today they are all quiet when the NIA court says that the prosecution failed to prove the case. The provision of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act are not applicable, the court said, and they are silent today. They are silent when the court has said that there is no evidence to prove at all that Colonel Shrikant Purohit had sourced RDX from Kashmir and assembled the bomb at his residence. When the court has said that all this was one big lie by the Congress party. One amazing falsification of fact, which just shows how vicious the Congress party was about Hinduism and Hindutva. Ladies and gentlemen, I remember the day I interviewed Sadhvi Pragya Thakur. And coincidentally, I would like to point out here today that that interview was done by me on the 29th of October, 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 days after I did the interview, in which Sadhvi Pragya Thakur named Parambir Singh as one of the officers who had tortured her, that was her clear allegation, they arrested me. Maybe they felt I was speaking too much and too loud, and like Shrikant Purohit and like Sadhvi Pragya Thakur, I also deserved to be taught a lesson by this Congress ecosystem, which we, the nationalists of India, will always question. Not because we have a problem with that Congress ecosystem, but because we dislike the way in which that Congress ecosystem stands against Hindus, Hindutva, and Hinduism. And we dislike the fact that that Congress ecosystem, led at that point of time by same Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, tried to say that Hindu terrorism is a phenomenon which exists. So anyway, in that interview that I had done 5 days before, this Congress ecosystem arrested me. This Congress ecosystem arrested me. Sadhvi Pragya Thakur had said that then ATS officer Parambir Singh had brutally tortured her, beaten her with a belt, forced her onto a wired belt and surrounded by officers who thrashed her relentlessly. And if you think that is a lie, ladies and gentlemen, just hear this. Hear this.
उन्होंने पूरा सर्कल बनाया और सर्कल बना करके एक साथ पीटा। पहले मुझे खड़ा करके पीटा, उसके बाद मुझे बिठा दिया। तो खड़े जब किया तो खड़े होने के बाद मेरे पूरे पैरों में, पूरे हाथों में इतनी बुरी तरह से मारा बेल्टों से कि वो असहनीय होता है। उसके बाद मुझे बिठा दिया जाता है और बिठाने के बाद तलवों में और पैरों में इतने बेल्ट मारे जाते हैं एक साथ कि अकल्पनीय होता है किसी के लिए। सुनना भी शायद कष्टकारी है, इसलिए लोग रोते हैं हमारी बातों को सुन करके। मुझे भी बड़ा कष्ट तब हो जाता है। लेकिन इतना मारा और मारने पर भी इसको संतुष्टि नहीं हुई परमबीर सिंह को। और इस परमबीर सिंह ने एक इंस्पेक्टर थी और एक इंस्पेक्टर था, इनके बेल्ट छीने और छीन करके कहा कि तुम लोगों में ताकत नहीं है, मुझे लाओ, इसको तो मैं देखता हूं। और गालियों के साथ, इसको साली के साथ और तमाम गालियां देते हुए, इसको तो मैं देखता हूं। और जितनी इनमें ताकत थी वो पूरी ताकत इन्होंने मेरे ऊपर बरसा दी बेल्टों को मारते हुए। और इस व्यक्ति को हम यदि कोई भी उपमा दे वो छोटी होगी, राक्षस भी कहे तो भी छोटा होगा, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही निम्न स्तर का व्यक्ति है।
Ladies and gentlemen, within 5 days of that interview, they arrested me. No problem. I came out stronger. But I would like to ask not just the Congress, but the BJP today. I want to ask the BJP that what is the BJP government, both in Maharashtra and at the center, going to do to act against those people who falsified the case? Is it not the responsible of the now central and state government to file an appropriate case against those people who falsified evidence? Why is it that in this country you can torture someone, you can pull out false testimonies, you can put people in jail, you can torture people, and then you are allowed to get away with it, while the person like Sadhvi Pragya Thakur was brought out after she was thrashed by these police officers. I now want to run full frame the pictures of her when she came out of questioning. And I want to ask the Congress and the BJP, why are you quiet today? Does it not make you angry? I want to ask the central government today and the state government today that have you not seen the pictures? Forget the fact that she's a BJP, ex-BJP MP. Look at the pictures of her when she came out. Tortured and beaten so badly she could not stand. She had to be pulled out on a stretcher. And you have called this lady who was thrashed and beaten by cops with a belt. You've called her a terrorist. Is her acquittal enough? I say it's not enough. There must be anger in this country at the sheer injustice of what happened to her. Just because the Congress wanted to equalize the Hafiz Saeed. So they created a story that for every Hafiz Saeed there is a Hindu terrorist. And watch her, ladies and gentlemen, hug Uma Bharti there. For Uma Bharti felt the pain that Sadhvi Pragya Thakur was going through, and even today, let me tell you, she has been beaten so badly physically, ladies and gentlemen. And the people who say, Ladki hoon, lad sakti hoon, Priyanka Vadra will be quiet today because it's okay for them. That a woman was beaten and tortured so badly and brutalized so badly that even today, the scars on her body have not healed. And we think that in our country, all we have to do is say, okay, acquittal. And what will bring the career and the life of Colonel Shrikant Purohit back? I have had the privilege of knowing him. And I can tell you he's a tough man and a complete nationalist. His family stood by him like a rock. But is it not necessary today for everyone in our institutions, including all people in our armed forces, to come out and say that Colonel Shrikant Purohit, you suffered a lot and it was not fair on you? Colonel and now Brigadier Shrikant Purohit, a complete hero. He's dedicated his entire life for the country. And he paid a price for it. He paid a price for us. He was in jail for almost a decade. He was tortured, beaten. A serving army officer in our country gets tortured in our police stations, beaten, threatened, traumatized. And we say it's okay. Was that not a conspiracy against the Indian army itself? Can anyone question that? This is not a political point I'm making. Forget what P. Chidambaram wanted to do. Forget what Rahul Gandhi or Digvijay Singh wanted to do. Forget what Sushil Kumar Shinde wanted to do. They wanted to fight the BJP, the RSS, but they also fought the Indian army. Hindu Atankwad, Bhagwa Atankwad, Fauji Atankwad. Why? So that within a few weeks of 26/11, Manmohan Singh could sit and watch cricket with the Pakistani president. They wanted to take the whole argument of Islamist terrorism in India, led by groups like SIMI and PFI, ably supported by the Lashkar-e-Toiba, backed by the ISI. They wanted to put a cover on it because they wanted Aman Ki Asha. They wanted to watch Qawwalis with popcorn. They wanted to play down the angle of terrorism. So they created the whole issue of Hindu terrorism. And that is why Colonel Shrikant Purohit was stripped of his identity, abducted, put in a chartered plane, detained even before any formal arrest. I know there are limitations on Colonel Shrikant Purohit today. I know he cannot speak till he is given official permission by the Indian Army. But someone must speak for him. Someone must tell he is running away from our reporter, not because he does not want to speak. It's because even today, he is a disciplined army officer. He knows that what Republic is saying is correct. But as a disciplined army officer, he is maintaining the protocol. Look at the dignity, the way he dresses when he goes to the courtroom. He shows respect to the uniform, to the position he holds. But let it not be said that he has not suffered, that his family and children have not suffered. For it takes pride and it takes determination to fight those people who are evil. A serving army officer in our country was brutally tortured by ATS officials. There were threats to arrest his wife, but he did not break. There were threats to arrest his sister, but he did not break. There were threats to his family. He was told, confess or we'll kill you, but he did not break. He suffered brutal torture at the hands of the anti-terror squad, but he did not break. Not because he's getting a gallantry award for it, but because he's a true nationalist. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not the point that there is nothing like saffron terror. The point is that there is injustice. A journalist in this country named by Hafiz Saeed, that lady was called Hafiz Saeed, said she's a great journalist. You all know who she is, now trying to change her line, but you know her real nature. She said on Burhan Wani, on the terrorist Burhan Wani, she said, here is a young, educated, tech-savvy, and from economically well-off households. That's the profile of the new age militant in the valley. Why are Kashmir school toppers picking up the gun? You would think that this person who does not deserve to be called a journalist, you would think that she was talking about some startup unicorn founder. No, she was talking about a terrorist. And that's why Hafiz Saeed says she's a great journalist. But ladies and gentlemen, today, I have great pride in saying that there are two people who have fought against all evil almost alone. And along with them, 5 others. They have fought alone. Let us not celebrate and say we fought for them. Republic fought for them, but the nation did not fight for them. I will say so clearly, the nation forgot them. They fought alone. Today, the nation should celebrate for them. And the nation must never allow this injustice to happen. Next time a nationalist is fixed by the Congress party or anyone, don't remain quiet. If you're a nationalist, they will come after you. If you're a nationalist, they will hate you. If you're a nationalist, they will fix you. That is their nature and their mentality. That's why Rahul Gandhi says today, I have nothing to say about the Malegaon verdict. Of course you have nothing to say. Because the truth, ladies and gentlemen, is a metaphorical slap on the face of all the conspirators. A tight slap. Let's debate.
आप acquittal को कैसे देखते हो साध्वी जी?
17 years later, a case that had attempted to plant the baseless theory of Hindu terror is blown apart into smithereens.
17-year-old long battle comes to an end today. While the all 7 accused of Malegaon blast have been acquitted, ranging from the differences in the charge sheet filed by the ATS and NIA to the Panchanama, which was found to be incorrect, was pronounced during the order at the NIA Special Court.
In the 2008 Malegaon blast case, the NIA has acquitted all 7 accused, including Lieutenant Colonel Purohit and Sadhvi Pragya.
I was accused of something. Today I have been exonerated. I'm out of it. I'm happy about it.
तो कैसे देखते हैं acquittal को कैसे देखते हो? तो बात कर रहे हैं. Okay.
A concerted attempt to tarnish a uniformed officer of the Indian Army is now unmasked.
A serving army officer was framed, jailed and branded as a terrorist. Lieutenant Colonel Prasad Purohit spent 9 years in jail fighting a battle. Was it justice or a political hit job? Was the uniform the real-time target in the Malegaon case?
Congress theory of saffron terror stands more exposed than ever before.
There is a recently uncovered phenomenon of saffron terrorism that has been implicated in many bomb blasts of the past. My advice to you is that we must remain ever vigilant and continue to build at the central and state levels our capacity in counter-terrorism.
हमारे पास ये रिपोर्ट आ गई है इन्वेस्टिगेशन में ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी हो या आरएसएस के हो, उनकी जो ट्रेनिंग कैंप है वो हिंदू टेररिज्म बढ़ाने का काम देख रहे हैं.
अब ये बात हम कहते हैं कि हिंदू आतंकवादी नहीं हो सकता, लेकिन जो भी हिंदू आतंकवाद में पकड़ा जाता है वो आरएसएस का क्यों होता है, इसका जवाब भी आरएसएस को देना चाहिए.
Today, the same Congress that propagated this theory has nowhere to hide.
Please don't try and digress the issue. The main issue sitting in front of India today is that the government has destroyed our economic policy, has destroyed our defense policy.
धर्म के आधार पे आतंकवाद नहीं होता है. ना हिंदू आतंकवाद होता है, ना इस्लामिक आतंकवाद होता है. हर धर्म प्रेम, सद्भाव, सत्य और अहिंसा का रूप है.
The victims of this witch hunt are now exposing the truth once again.
Did they ask you to? Did they tell you the names of the leaders that they wanted you to name forcefully, under force?
Primarily, it was Yogi Adityanath ji which they were pressurizing me to name him. At that time, if you remember, in 2008, Yogi Adityanath ji was just a member of parliament and not as a prominent leader as today he is.
They wanted you to name Yogi Adityanath.
Yes, they wanted me to name Yogi Adityanath. It was not just me. There were other witnesses also who were tortured so that they would name RSS people into this.
The BJP today has launched an unsparing attack.
ये कांग्रेस पार्टी की एक सोची हुई रणनीति थी, मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूं. शुद्ध वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स के लिए. It was a well calculated conspiracy of the Congress party for sheer vote bank politics.
The debate is finally settled forever.
कांग्रेस पार्टी इसको भगवा आतंक सिद्ध करने में जुटी हुई है. हिंदू आतंकवाद की छड़ी बेचने में लगी हुई थी। कांग्रेस के एक नेता ने अमेरिका के बड़े राजनयिक को यहां तक कह दिया था कि लश्कर-ए तोयबा से भी बड़ा खतरा भारत के हिंदू ग्रुप है। यह कहा गया था
कि हिंदू कभी टेररिस्ट नहीं हो सकता। हम कभी टेररिस्ट नहीं हो सकते। क्या कहना चाहते हैं? फर्जी टाइप के केस बनाए, एक भी केस अदालत में नहीं टिका। देशभक्त संगठनों पर आरोप लगाए आपने, सिर्फ आपकी छिछोरी राजनीति के लिए, क्षुल्लक फायदे के लिए। और फिर क्या कर लिया? फिर भी हार गए।
The accused are acquitted. The truth is out. Now it's time for the perpetrators of the saffron terror hoax to face justice.
India's leading public intellectual and editor of Tughlaq, Swaminarayan Gurumurthy, is with us tonight, and he wants to throw some fresh light on the conspiracy out. And I'm excited about this. You have more information, Mr. Gurumurthy, I am told, about the real angle, the depth of the conspiracy about creating the Hindu terror narrative. What more would you like to share about this, sir?
First, I would like to congratulate you for having been consistent in taking this position that the Hindu terror was theorized for a very fraudulent and anti-national electoral politics. You are the only person and it was the only channel which had taken this position. And you also said that 5 days after you interviewed Sadhvi, you were arrested by the very same person who tortured to get Sadhvi in and fix her in the Malegaon case. You see, I was associated with preparing the defense and investigating or counter-investigating the charges which were made at that time. Nearly 150 lawyers worked, and I had the opportunity to work with them. And I can tell you how the saffron terror was theorized and how Malegaon blasts were linked to Sanjota blast to make an international case against the RSS. This is the most important thing. That has to be investigated. And there I think the Malegaon investigators, whether it is Paramveer Singh or whosoever, I don't know, they created a link between Malegaon blast and the Samjhauta blast. That is what I want to tell you. This was my investigation, which I revealed in the Indian Express on January 24th, 2013. How it happened, I tell you. There were 3 blasts. Malegaon blast, 2006, Samjhauta blast, 2007, and Malegaon and Modasa blast in Gujarat in 2008. The Malegaon first blast, in which 45 people were killed and nearly 125 were injured, took place in a mosque. That was thought to be fixed on first on Bajrang Dal. Whereas the investigation came, it was actually LET which had done that. But you must first remember, even that was thought to be fixed on a Hindu organization. The next came the Samjhauta blast, and third was the Malegaon blast and the Modasa blast on the same day in Gujarat. Let us focus on this. You know, when Malegaon blast came, they felt that was the easiest way to fix the Hindu organizations, because in Maharashtra, an anti-RSS, anti-BJP, anti-Hindu government was in power. So they chose that place. First, you must understand that on 15th November 2008, the Maharashtra ATS Council told the court, unsought, without any proof, that Colonel Purohit supplied RDX for Samjhauta blast. Whereas in 2007 itself, Sushil Kumar Shinde had said that no RDX was used in Samjhauta blast. Colonel Purohit's link to the blast were mainly because he was supposed to have stolen RDX from the army and supplied in Malegaon, in Samjhauta blast. I will tell you the sequence. Immediately, Pakistan seized that opportunity to say that Colonel Purohit was the man who did it. But within 24 hours, 48 hours, the Maharashtra council who made this allegation in the court withdrew the allegation, but the damage was done. The issue had been linked to Samjhauta blast, which was a inter-country affair, Pakistan and India. And from that time onwards, this became highlighted at the global level. Hindu terror became highlighted at the global level, and Colonel Purohit's involvement was against Pakistan. But the evidence that tumbled out later, I'm going to read out to you what is the evidence. First, the US Treasury Department announced in July 2009 that Arif Goswami, the chief coordinator of LET, who facilitated the Samjhauta blast. This is US Treasury Department, and it froze his bank accounts. In June 2009, actually 1 month earlier, the United Nations Security Council subcommittee headed declared that Asif Goswami worked with Lashkar Taiba to facilitate terrorist attack in February on Samjhauta Express. This is the second piece of evidence. Third, in 2010 January, Pakistan Interior Minister Rahman Mablik publicly admitted Pakistan's involvement in Samjhauta, saying Colonel Purohit had hired Pakistani terrorists to do it, because Maharashtra ATS had mentioned Colonel Purohit's name as one who had supplied RDX, which was not at all used in Samjhauta blast, but to bring Colonel Purohit into Samjhauta blast and to make Samjhauta blast, and through the Samjhauta blast, Hindu terror a global affair in association with Pakistan. This happened. In November 2010, Washington Post carried investigative articles in which Faisa Autala, the third wife of David Headley, admitted to the US intelligence in 2008 itself about Headley's role in Samjhauta blast, and she also confessed her own role in the blast. The US media investigation again confirmed in January 2011 that Faisa Autala had made extrajudicial confession of her involvement to the US intelligence in April 2008 itself. George Mapp, who was examined by the NSA, had exposed in his columns that Faisa Autala was given special permission by Pakistan to enter India on foot and exit through the Wagah border. George Mapp says that NIA did not properly examine Headley to obtain the truth, and says the US closed further investigation of Headley. This was the evidence which showed by international agencies that it was LET which did the blast in Samjhauta. But by linking Samjhauta and Malegaon, the Hindu terror angle was given such a powerful thrust that...
Which means that...
Chidambaram,
yes.
Chidambaram said to the DGP conference on 28th November 2010.
On saffron terrorism.
He first used the saffron terror and told the police, all the state police, you have to be careful about this. Then the most important statement came from Shinde. On 20th January, he blamed the RSS and the BJP of promoting terror by
So
producing
one point I want to
camps.
ask you. One point at this point I want to ask you. And in fact, I would request you that so much information that you've shared with us, I would like you to put together this information. Maybe we can call you and we can put together an article for republicworld.com, which can be instructional. And today, it has to go in the digital medium. This truth must go out, so our teams will be contacting you after this. But Mr. Gurumurthy, my point to you is that you are saying that the Maharashtra ATS at that point of time put a false case through its lawyer that Colonel Purohit had supplied RDX for the Samjhauta blast. And then they went back on the statement, which means there was an attempt to link a military intelligence officer to Samjhauta blast, for which there was information involving about the role of Simi and LET and Pakistan. Could this have been without political instruction? I mean, some politician is therefore behind this, saying...
No, the idea was very clear.
What was the idea?
Samjhauta accused to the Malegaon blast, and to make through the Samjhauta blast internationalize the terror charges against
create
Hindus.
a whole narrative across the world that the terrorism in India was not coming from Pakistan but was coming from Hindu terrorists in India.
Correct. Immediately after Shinde made that statement, the very next day, Asif Syed, who is the terror merchant of Pakistan, to ask for ban on the RSS. But on 24th of January, I put together all this because I had done this investigation over a period of 6 months. I put together all this in the New Indian Express, and Shinde had to apologize in the parliament for having used the word Hindu terror.
Amazing. I would just like to say this, that I think you're by far India's best investigative journalist and analyst. And what you've said about the summary of how Samjhauta, Malegaon and Malegaon 2, there was an attempt to link it to Hindu terrorism, such a deep conspiracy. I should have a separate long discussion with you one day, but I'd like to congratulate you, sir, because of your relentless expose, which I'm sure has played a big role in putting the pressure, because unless the counter-narrative goes, today Shrikant Purohit and Sadhvi Pragya would not have come out. And I hope, sir, that the people who filed the false cases should not get away. I hope the Modi government does something about them, sir.
I must mention, I met Purohit, I met his wife, I met his lawyer, Shrikant Shivde, one of the most...
I remember, sir.
...sincere and committed lawyers. The man passed away.
I know, sir.
And he did not listen to Purohit being exonerated. He was the happiest man. We should remember such people who, without any expectation, knowing the truth, man is being fixed, spent whole lot of time, maybe 50% of his professional time to defend this person. I would like to recall him.
Yes.
I still recall the grit with which Mrs. Purohit fought this battle.
Oh, yes.
And I had good association with Mr. Purohit. All that I could do was to tell these things in public. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gurumurthy, sir. More power to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That Swaminathan Gurumurthy, see, the people who have actually exposed this case. What remains to be said? I want to start with Siddharth Yadav. I see Ratan Shardar there. I see Milindrao Joshi there. He's going to be joining us, President of Abhinav Bharat, Ratnakar Tripathi, Atikur Rahman and Shoaib Hassan Chaudhary. Okay. Ratan Sharda, I want to start with you. I feel the people who filed the false cases should also be dealt with, and there should be a case of malicious prosecution against them in national interest. Your thoughts?
Arnab, this is nothing but criminal conspiracy, as Gurumurthy ji has rightly pointed out. The way he has connected the dots tells us that this is a very long-term criminal conspiracy to defame Hindu society, Hindu organizations, and corner the Hindus, because the last nail on the coffin was these three people kept on saying that there is Hindu terror, RSS terror, and then not only that, they also created a communal violence bill, which was to corner Hindus as violent majority.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that Sudhakar Chaturvedi, one of the person has been released, who is now a sadhu. His whole home was destroyed, a poor man. And he said, this is only a verdict, is not Nyaya. I will fight for Nyaya. I will go to the court because the person who destroyed my home, I know the person, I ran from pillar to post, nothing happened. I'll file a case. Why he's not being pulled up? So I'm very sure that people who, we talk of perjury, we talk of these kind of charges, but this is criminal conspiracy. You malign an entire population, you malign people, and then you go scot-free. So
no, you can't be allowed to go
scot-free. I made a mistake. Shinde says I made a mistake, but he said I have proofs.
No, they can't be allowed to go scot-free. I mean, all these people should Ratnakar Tripathi and Atikur Rahman on the other side. We're opening this up tonight. Viewers, please remember that Colonel Shrikant Purohit was taken from Madhya Pradesh to the integrated headquarters of MOD for interaction, but upon arriving at the Bhopal airport, he was stripped and taken away of all his belongings. The serving army officer had his ID card taken, mobile phone, other personal effects, effectively detained, put on a chartered plane, and taken to an undisclosed location for torture in Khandala, where he was forcibly confined and brutally tortured for 8 long days. The ATS officers had tortured him to try and extract a confession for the Malegaon bomb blast case. These are all facts which have now come in the public domain. And I would like to ask Ratnakar Tripathi why the Congress party did this. There are procedural guardrails which do not allow this. Right? There was no court of inquiry, no information was given, no sanction was sought from the central government, and he was called a terrorist. Classic example, emergency style of the violation of fundamental rights, including Article 21, 22, and the Army Act. This is denying an army officer of the protections under the Army Act.
Arnab, Congress started this game way back in 1993 when they said 13th bomb was invented.
But they must. They can't get away. They have to answer. Ratnakar Tripathi. Unmute yourself, Mr. Tripathi. Unmute yourself.
Thank you. I think all which you said must have been taken into account by the court in its verdict. And I will again say that. On the screen, I can see Brigadier Raj Kumar ji, the former DDG Intelligence Army. And in Hindi show, he said, we got inputs. And after that, we decided to hand over Colonel Purohit. And he was taken by the NIA or ATS, whatever it was. That
he was never removed from army.
Please, Shadaji, have the courtesy. I listen to you. Please. You were not on the show. He categorically said that, right? And please have the decency, sir. You are much elder to me. You can counter me afterwards, right? And again, there is one thing. Major Ramesh Upadhyay ji, on your show, Dr. Goswami, on Hindi show, categorically said that the army was not favoring us. A person who was the intermediary with the army and the police was a conspirator. I didn't say it. He said it. So the question...
No, not at all. I'd like to... you're just making up facts and I'm not going to allow you to do Rahul Gandhi on the show tonight. Just 1 minute. Is that Siddharth Yadav who wants to respond? Yes, Siddharth. Siddharth, you want to respond? Siddharth Yadav, please. Siddharth.
Arnab, I think even today, when people like Ratnakar Tripathi would want to sit on a television show and defend what was done to our country, what was done to our countrymen, to nationalists, 17 years back, something which was done, which, nobody can undo that, and sit here and defend that, taking false claims, I think it's most shameful. You should go and read the order of the NIA court. You should go and see what the court has said. The court has said that even the Panchnama in the case was not taken properly. The court has said that no fingerprints were taken. The court has acquitted all those accused, the people who had to face so much torture. And your viewers must know this, Arnab, that there were Muslim youth who had confessed to the crime. They had given the location.
Say that to Atikur, exactly the point.
The soil test, from where they made the bomb confirmed that the bombs were made there. And still this theory was given. Still this theory was laid down. This theory was laid down because of the vote bank politics of the Congress party. This theory was laid down because that is how our machinery was turned. This theory was laid down because that is what the Congress party wanted. This is the classic case of murdering the democracy of our country. This is what the Congress has done. And today you want to sit here and defend of what someone has said on what show? What are you doing? Seven people, they lost 17 years of their lives. Can you give that back to them? Can you give that back to them? And Arnab, you asked a question of what should be done. What should the government do? We will do whatever is in power and in law to keep them
Siddharth, let me ask you this.
To hold every
but then Siddharth, let me ask you this. If you say to me tonight that we will do everything that is in power and in law, then I want to ask you, Sadhvi Pragya came on my program and said I was tortured by Parambir Singh. And I ask you tonight, if Sadhvi Pragya, who's an ex-BJP MP, says I was tortured brutally by Parambir Singh and people with him, what action will you take against the people who are accused by Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur, by Colonel Shrikant Purohit? What will you do against the people who filed the false case from the ATS, hereby giving a clean sheet to Pakistan for its involvement in the terror activities? We want to know, Siddharth. We want to know.
Can I tell you, that same Parambir Singh was reinstated by a friend.
With full responsibility. Sir, please have the courtesy to hear me out. The question has been asked to me.
1 minute. After him, Shoaib, let Siddharth complete. I'll come to you.
You will not give me a chance to speak.
I will come to you after Siddharth. Siddharth, answer me.
Arnab, with full responsibility, I say this, that in the power of law, the power of the constitution, everything will be done to keep them accountable. Nobody will have the courage to do this again, to misuse the system.
But what about those who have done it?
Unfortunately, one thing we can't do is give back the 17 years what they have lost. We can't do that, unfortunately, and I'm very sorry for that. But the people who did it, the people who dared to do it, and it's not just Malegaon, it was Samjhauta, it was the Hyderabad bomb blast, it was the 26/11, it was all those bomb blasts where people died and the...
Shoaib is responding, Shoaib and then Milind Rao Joshi.
Everybody will be held accountable.
The court has responded on the fake prosecution that was given by the NIA. Don't you guys know that the NIA had
fake prosecution?
Diluted the witnesses.
All the
witnesses and all the...
1 minute. One at a time. One at a time, gentlemen. One at a time, gentlemen. One at a time. Fix the frame. One at a time, gentlemen. One at a time, gentlemen. One at a time, gentlemen. 1 minute. Shoaib, 1 minute. Shoaib, 1 minute. Shoaib, just 1 minute. Shoaib, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I want to tell you, and I want to bring in...
9 years.
I want to bring in Milind Rao Joshi.
For 9 years, he was not released despite no
Loud, I can't hear him.
Was that law? Was that law?
I asked.
The case went on and on investigation.
Shoaib, listen. I cannot hear Shoaib clearly.
There have been S. Guru Murthy. Instead of S. Guru Murthy, you should have invited Rohini Salyan, who was the public prosecutor in this case, and he very categorically mentioned, he said that after Modi government came to power, she was asked to go slow on this case. This is the fact of this case. All these...
Well, I don't care what you claim, but the truth is out, and the truth is a slap on your face tonight, Shoaib. And my question tonight is this, Shoaib. Shoaib, listen. Shoaib, you must be burning tonight. Listen to me.
I am.
You are burning tonight. You are burning. You are burning now,
Shoaib.
Your mind's not functioning, but you must think rationally. You must think rationally. Viewers, let me say this thing to you. If you think anyone, Shoaib, will you be quiet for a minute? Shoaib, will you be quiet tonight? Will you be quiet tonight? I have something to say to members of the Nationalist Collective. To members of the Nationalist Collective, I want to tell you, come together, because this system hates nationalists. And Shoaib, let me tell you.
Okay, the nationalists...
Just be quiet for a minute, Shoaib. I'm saying something, right? I don't want this window. Thank you. Listen to me. Nobody is my friend, Shoaib, not you, not anyone tonight, okay? I have only one friend, which is the tricolour. And only one family, right, which is of nationalists. Okay? Now, I want to tell you, Shoaib, that you are defaming the NIA, right? You are calling their evidence false. And you are doing, and I want to be quiet. 1 minute. You are doing contempt of court. I am telling you again, you are doing contempt of court, and you stop doing contempt of court on my program. Otherwise, you will be the person who will rightfully go to jail. Now, I want to say one thing tonight. Milind Rao Joshi, President of the Abhinav Bharat, is on the program. Just 2 people on the program, please, on both sides. Thank you. I don't want the confusing windows. I'm making a point. I should be allowed to concentrate. The point is this. There is no bullet. Evidence is contaminated. There is no proof that the bike was of Sadhvi Pragya. There is no proof against Colonel Purohit. The UAPA is wrongly invoked. Makoka is wrongly invoked. There are huge differences in the charge sheet. And the final word is of the court. Don't look stunned. This is the reality. Can I please get on this reality Milind Rao Joshi only on the left-hand side to respond tonight? Milind Rao Joshi, President of Abhinav Bharat.
So the people over here, I was listening very carefully. They are blaming NIA that they diluted the proofs and everything. Let me tell you, Modi government came in 2014. This case started in 2008. Maharashtra ATS was the agency which submitted all the proofs and documents to the court. NIA came in much later into the picture. All the proofs and documents were submitted by the ATS, and they were fraudulent. And NIA couldn't help dealing with these fraudulent documents. They confessed in the court that all the witnesses were coerced and their statements were taken by threatening them. So NIA is to be put on a right pedestal. They didn't dilute with any of the evidences or anything. It was Maharashtra ATS, ruled by the Congress government in center, ruled by the Congress government in Maharashtra state.
Well, Arnab, may I come in?
Let me continue. You who have ranted against Pragya Singh Thakur and are a fan of Zakir Naik need to know there was no cogent material against the accused. Today, Sadhvi Pragya stands vindicated. She was tortured. That is the truth. And I also want to say one thing tonight to all nationalists. Remember, Sadhvi Pragya fought alone. Remember, Colonel Purohit fought alone. They have not got justice because of any government. They have fought for justice and got it on their own, and that is why we are proud of them. But nationalists need to really start coming together and stop depending on anyone or anyone's support. Yes, what point would you like to make tonight? Maybe an apology. Maybe an apology for your constant use of the phrase saffron terror.
I agree with the fact that the Congress manipulated things and created theories out of Hindu terror, etc. So by that same logic, Mr. Milind, can't I say that by the same logic today, since 15 years, the Modi government is in power and they are not manipulating the facts. They are not manipulating the NIA. They are not manipulating, in fact, intimidating the witnesses.
Are you trying to tell me that Modi government is manipulating?
Milind, louder, Milind! Milind, respond. We've got limited time. Milind.
Sir, respected sir, are you trying to tell me that the Modi government is manipulating the courts as well? It is a court which has given the verdict today, not NIA or not any other agency.
Show him on the right, faster direction. Show him on the right.
It's not only us. There have been prosecutors who were fighting the case. They have mentioned it.
Shoaib, listen. Shoaib, these people, the Congress people, tried to protect Pakistan. What can be worse than that? Can Ratnakar Tripathi, who's on the program, come on tonight? Let him come on tonight and face. Let Ratnakar Tripathi come on tonight and face Siddharth Yadav. I want to repeat the words. Saffron terrorism. We must be very careful about saffron terrorism. Ratnakar Tripathi. Ratnakar Tripathi, 181 days after Colonel Purohit was named, it was told in WikiLeaks that Rahul Gandhi told the US ambassador that the bigger threat in this country is the growth of radicalized Hindu groups. Did he or did he not say that?
No, you can rely on WikiLeaks.
Okay, I don't. Did Digvijay Singh say RSS ki sajish, 26/11 RSS ki sajish? Did Digvijay Singh say that? Did he say that? Did he say that? Did he say that, and did he say that or not?
Let me speak.
No, I'm letting you speak. Don't keep saying let me speak. I'm asking you, did you say that 26/11 was a RSS conspiracy?
Let me reply then.
Did you say that or not?
Had the military got inputs about Colonel Purohit today, if the military gets, What will the military do? Or the BJP government do? Will they spare Colonel Purohit or anyone like him?
No. One minute. I ask you, even the media, a group which is neither India. 1 minute. Now let me tell you a fact about the role of the media. A group which, in my view, a publication which, in my view, neither represents lower down. A publication which, in my view, born during the emergency and neither represents India yesterday or India tomorrow, said Hindu Rashtra, Saffron Terror's Hall of Shame. Did they say that?
Let me complete.
Did they say that?
Let me complete.
Did they say that?
I am not here to answer your pointed questions.
You are here to answer my pointed questions. You are precisely here to answer my pointed questions.
There is a point which I want to make.
You may want to make any point, answer my questions. Apologize to the people of India for the theory of saffron terrorism. Apologize tonight. Apologize. Say sorry.
No, why should I say sorry?
Of course you should. For 17 years you supported a conspiracy against Hinduism.
DDG, Brigadier Raj Kumar ji said the inputs were given to...
What did Raj Kumar say? Let Brigadier Raj Kumar come on here. Brigadier Raj Kumar, did you at any point of time... Be quiet, he's sitting here. Brigadier Raj Kumar, who was then Deputy Director General Military Intelligence, did you at any point of time say that you felt that Colonel Shrikant Purohit was guilty? Did you say anything like that? You can speak for yourself. Be quiet, let him speak for himself. Brigadier, please. Brigadier, set the record straight. Brigadier, set the record straight. He's taking your name 3 times. Brigadier, set the record straight, sir.
During the entire investigation, there was nothing against Colonel Purohit which was found by the army. RDX allegation was proved to be totally...
Let him speak. And Ratnakar Tripathi, don't try to silence him now. Hear him. You took his name. Now hear him. You took his name. Now hear him. Continue, Brigadier. He's getting nervous because you're contradicting him. Don't worry, you speak, sir.
One of the major involvement was told to us that he has supplied RDX for this Malegaon blast, which proved to be wrong. Secondly, initial stages only, Makoka was imposed on him, which was totally not desirable. And Makoka is only imposed on the people who are habitual criminal, who are involved...
No, I got your point. Brigadier. Ratnakar Tripathi, now Brigadier Raj Kumar, who was then Deputy DG Military Intelligence, says you are lying. He at no point of time found any evidence against Colonel Purohit. Now apologize for a second time tonight. Because you people, you killed Sikhs, you call Hindus terrorists, but you don't speak a word about jihadis. Why?
Swamiji, the inputs were given
you
to
killed Sikhs. Your leaders killed Sikhs. You carried out a Sikh massacre. You call Hindus terrorists, but you don't speak anything against jihadis. Why? You love jihadis?
You can't bully me.
You love jihadis, do you?
No, you can't bully me.
You love jihadis?
Oh, with your false things, you can't bully me.
Now you love jihadis, is it?
Who got the inputs?
What inputs? There is no case. The whole case is bunkum. You made it up. It's a fairy tale.
Dr. Goswami,
ladies and gentlemen, that's all for tonight.
Don't bully me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Hindu terror lie has fallen apart every time. But remember, there's only one network that spoke for Shrikant Purohit and Sadhvi Pragya Thakur. Only one network, the Republic Media Network. On the other side tonight, why a frustrated Rahul Gandhi calls India a dead economy. When I'm back.
Time for a quick breather.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप